Etsy is a large-scale online marketplace, very well-known e-commerce platform. Mainly, the platform is there for independent sellers, small businesses, creatives trying to connect with buyers. And on this platform, you'll have people who are selling unique items, handmade items, collectibles, furniture, wedding decor, invitations, favors. There's a whole slew of things, and most of these items are very unique to the seller, and oftentimes the seller has taken great lengths to design and manufacture and create their merchandise, and they have that ownership over their merchandise to sell that. And so Etsy has policies in place to protect the intellectual property rights of creators, and as a company they take actions if they find out that the copyright owner's rights have been infringed. So as far as what they can do, usually they can make a notice to remove the listing outright. I've seen instances where they've frozen accounts or even shut down an account. And of course, Etsy would cooperate with the plaintiff in pursuing the action. When it comes to copyright infringement, it could be anything from the actual items. So we've had cases where somebody is maybe even selling a knockoff of a popular brand. We've had cases where there's a certain language that's being used that's trademarked or copyrighted. So there's plenty of ways Etsy has enforced their intellectual property right holders. But there's a number of ways that people have infringed. We've had cases as well where just even using a simple picture of a certain merchandise, if it wasn't authorized or properly licensed, they have been pursued for legal action. So it's always a good idea to first familiarize yourself with Etsy's sellers policy. So they have that outlined anytime you create an account. So it's a good idea to review that material first. Before selling anything, just make sure you're in compliance with any and all intellectual property rights. That can include copyrights, trademarks, patents, and be sure to only post authorized content to see if the item qualifies as public use, which means it's open to the public domain, or if it requires a license. And, if you look into those items prior to posting anything on Etsy, then you could definitely take those steps to prevent any future lawsuit. So Rosamund Law is here to defend the individual. Essentially, we are being contacted when somebody sees a subpoena at their doorstep. They're reviewing it and they can't make heads or tails of it. It has a lot of legal jargon in it, but also the main thing that stands out is that people understand with the demand letter that they're facing something that's very serious, and it is a lawsuit, and it has usually numbers provided on it in the tens of thousands of dollars. And so when individuals reach out to our firm, we're listening to exactly what type of complaint they're dealing with, who is the plaintiff, what is the context of the allegation, and trying to figure out what are the best solutions. First thing that we're going to do is just outline what the law says and what an individual's rights are under the law. For the majority of cases that our firm has handled, we have reached a favorable resolution with the other side, which usually means a settlement. And we get the opportunity to present our client's side of the story, whether they knew it was an infringement or not, or whether their financial picture is one that they can only settle for a certain sum. It's a back and forth. Everybody's case is unique. And so, when we do a consultation, we take the opportunity to kind of figure out our client's situation and strategize what the best way to resolve the case with the other side is. And usually, walk through that process as a journey. And sometimes it takes a few weeks, sometimes it could take months, but either way, our job as a law firm and as attorneys is to defend our clients' interests and rights with the other side.